Good afternoon, Mr. Kowalczyk here, and it's time for another lesson in business math. Today we're going to be jumping into section 2-5 where we talk about health insurance. So far in chapter 2 we've been talking about all of the different types of deductions that can be taken out of your paycheck. We've talked about federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, and Medicare. Well, there's another type of deduction that's not a tax that generally a lot of people have taken out of their paycheck, and that is health insurance deductions. You see, health insurance pays for your medical bills. Now, it might not always pay for all of your medical bills, but it does help you, especially when something bad happens, like you break your leg, you break your arm, you're in an accident, and you're going to miss work, and you need someone to help you pay your medical bills. Health insurance can help. Well, there are three main steps for helping us to calculate the amount of health insurance that will be taken out of your paycheck each time you get paid. Well, the first step, step 1, looks at how much you, the employee, will have to pay for your insurance. You see, your insurance is sometimes paid for, if not all of it, a good chunk of it, by your company that you work for. So you take 100% and you minus or subtract the percentage that the company is going to pay. Whatever percentage you get left over is the percent paid by the employee. Now, I want to draw your attention to this. The percent paid by the employee should come up as a percent. Don't change it to a decimal. This is one of the few times I ask you to leave it as a percent for now. We may change it in a minute, but for this problem, step 1, you leave it as a percent. Step 2 helps us to find the total amount paid by the employee. So in step 1, we're looking at the percent that the employee pays. Now we want to take that percent and change it into a dollar amount. Well, in order to do that, you first need to know the annual cost of the insurance. How much does this insurance cost normally per year? So, because it's annual, once again, per year. So we'll multiply that times the percent that is paid by the employee. By the way, that's the exact same thing that we found in step 1. You're plugging it into step 2. So you take the purple, annual cost of the insurance, multiply it by the orange, percent paid by the employee, and if you do that, you're able to find the amount paid by the employee for the year. Last but not least, we do step 3. Step 3 helps us to find the exact amount for health insurance that is taken out of your paycheck each time you get paid. Another way of saying that would be the health insurance deduction per pay period or per paycheck. Once again, some people get paid differently than others. Some of you may get paid every week. So that means there's 52 paychecks in a year. Some of you might get paid every other week, which is known as bi-weekly. That would be 26. Now, I think that there is some wisdom in writing that out somewhere. So just as a reminder, I'm going to write out some of those numbers for you. Weekly, once again, 52. Bi-weekly, 26. Semi-monthly, 24, and just in case we'll throw in monthly for 12. Oops, there we go. So those numbers can play an important role in today's work, in today's example. Alright, so we need to remember these. Some of you may even want to write these down in your paper off to the side. I'm going to plug mine right in there. There we go. So let's go ahead and work on an example. Let's go ahead and work on number 1 with Miley Wilcombe, who has health insurance at her job. Her health insurance plan costs $4,000 a year. That's how much the insurance plan costs. Her company pays 80%. That's important. And how often is she paid? Well, I'm going to underline this in orange because we're going to use the orange information later. She's paid on a weekly basis. So let's use this info and answer the following questions. Question number 1. What percentage must she pay for her insurance? So, for step number 1, What we're going to do is we're going to write down 100%. Why? Well, that's what we have up at the top in our formula. Now we're going to write down the percentage that the company pays, 80%. Well, you subtract these out and you get 20. Don't forget to put the percentage on. We don't need to change it to a decimal. We can leave it as 20%. So there we go. That is step number 1. Now we can move on to B. And step number 2. During the year, how much money will she have to pay for her insurance? Well, how much does her insurance normally cost? Well, according to our little paragraph in our problem, it costs about $4,000 a year. $4,000 a year. So now we're going to multiply it times 20%. Now, as a reminder, we didn't change the percentage to a decimal on step A or problem A, but we are going to have to do that now. We are going to have to do that now. So we imagine that there's a decimal right there, and we put in what I like to call the two little butt cheeks, and then that way we move the decimal over twice, and then we can get rid of that, and we can rewrite it as 0.20, and now we don't need this anymore. So we take out our handy dandy calculators and we take 0.20 times $4,000, and if you do that, you're able to get 800. That is our answer for letter B using step 2. Last but not least, we go on to step 3. This is the amount paid by the employee for the year, and then we divide it by the number of pay periods per the year. So what is the amount paid by the employee? Well, we just got that. It was $800. We just got that from step 2. And now we have to divide it. Divide it by the number of pay periods in a year. Well, we know that Miley is paid weekly. All right. Ooh, what am I doing? There we go. 52. So since she is paid weekly, we type in 52, and then that's what we are going to divide. And we get, this is a big doozy of a number. Not necessarily a large number, just has a lot of numbers in it. Well, that's what we get for our answer. But as a reminder, we can't leave it like that. We have to turn it in to looking like money. We have to move it over to the line where we're writing it. We have to put on the dollar sign. We have to round the coins to make it look like money. So those are the 3 main steps for being able to calculate health insurance that should be taken out of your paycheck each time you get paid. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you have questions, please talk to Mr. K. He's there to help you. And have a great day.